Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I hope you're doing well today. Do you like my dress up? I don't know, I'm starting to get into this little dress up. This is fun. This is so much fun. So thanks for all of your compliments when I wear these wigs because, sometimes, let's just have some fun. All right, so today I am talking about Harry. It looks like he is going to be writing a spare 2. Shame. I cannot believe he is getting ready to write another book. At least that's what they're saying. Yeah. And Charles is doing something about it, and I believe so is William. Let's get into it. So this is what is happening. Harry is planning an explosive new book with a huge twist. That's what they're reporting. He is going to be writing a second book, but this time it's going to be a more conciliatory tone, says this royal expert. Now, we know in January of 2023, Harry, he shocked the world with his first book that he used a ghostwriter for called Spare. And this book featured all kind of allegations about the royal family. It actually went on to become one of the fastest selling nonfiction books in British history. And this is what he relies on. This is why he knows doing this is going to be very good for sales and for him to make money because he is on his own now and he needs to make money. And that's that's just wrong. That's just wrong because you're doing this to make money while hurting your family. But yet going out talking about mental health and people's, what are you doing to the mental health of your family? The contradiction and the hypocrisy of Harry and Meghan is just off the charts. All you got to do is look critically at what they're doing to look, yeah, they don't have people's interest at heart. It's wrong. So, that's what happened. That's what we know to be fact about his first book. Now, royal experts are saying they are being told that Harry has discussed writing another book. He can't wait to write another Spare. This is what is being said. Now, this is from this royal expert, Tom Quinn. A lot of you have told me that he's supporter of Harry and Meghan. Maybe he is the voice of Harry and Meghan. If this came from Tom Quinn, well, then we know that Harry is putting it out there with this royal expert that he's looking to write another book, or just make it seem like that by getting it out into the press, because I think he wants to wade the waters. He wants to let me just feel the waters. Let me just feel what could happen if I do a Spare 2, trying to see what it would be like what the feedback would be, because that they're hurting. All this tells me is if he even told Tom Quinn to get this out in the news, he needs to make more money because they live such an extravagant lifestyle that this has to be something he needs to start thinking about now because he wants it to happen. But this time he's saying that he is going to be a lot more aware that writing a book this time that has this different tone might even help the relationships with his brother. So it sounds like he's trying to see about writing this other book and how it could now help the relations with his family, to help with his relationship with his brother, because that tells you everything you need to know about what is happening in the life of Harry and Meghan right now. Harry is having a lot of regret, I believe. I think he really is feeling remorseful for what he wrote in Spare 1, and now he wants to see how he can make up for it and kind of pull back a little bit and say, okay, I'm sorry. Just be like, okay, I'm going to write another book, but this time I'm going to say nice things. I'm going to say things in a more, let's understand why I did the first book. Let's kind of backtrack. Let's kind of backtrack and just say, okay, we're going to write again and just make it a little bit of different, a little bit something that is a little easier to digest for the royal family. But I'm going to tell you what the King and William are going to do about it. Oh yes, they are not happy to even hear that he is thinking about or is looking to write another book. So let's look at what the king is going to do about this, because the king is definitely making it known, and this is what came out. And I'm glad I waited to do this story about the king saying that Harry is going to have consequences if he does decide to write another book, because that's when this story came out about Harry wanting to write another book, because the king knew, let me just put the word out now, Harry, you better not go doing anything that you know I am not going to want you to do. Okay, so Harry has been asked directly by his father not to write or say anything publicly further about the family or his brother Prince William that might cause trouble. And everyone knows that when a king asks you to do something, there are going to be consequences if you do not obey. So the king has put it out there. Don't you do it, Harry. Don't you do it. There will be consequences. And this puts Harry in a tight spot because he needs to make the money. What else is he going to go do? Start a show where he is the celebrity star and make millions of dollars? Go act in the film? Like, no. This is the only thing he can do to make a lot of money. And he is looking to do it. And I believe Harry is going to have Meghan help him more with this second book. I think it's going to have more of a shift around Meghan's perspective. This is what I'm alleging. But the king is making it known. But let me just tell you what William is going to do about this, okay? He talked about the death of his mother, his disputes with his brother, William, and the frustration that he has had within this royal role as the spare. Being in the shadow of his elder sibling who is heir to the throne. And, you know, just to make a really another quick point about this, you know, Harry, you're the spare, okay? And that's a good thing. I don't know if you understand what life is like out here for regular folk, but I'll be the spare to a royal dog. You know what I'm saying? Like, being the spare is a good thing because you have perks. You have access as the spare, and you have less amount of work that you're obligated to do, but you couldn't even be the spare. Think about it. Harry could not even be the spare. He had to leave being the spare of the royal family because he is such an entitled, spoiled, rotten brat that needs to have things at the #1 spot. Just like this wife of his who could not stand being second fiddle to Catherine. You know, and you can't even look at how your second fiddle, how you're being the spare is a good thing. You got the great life, man. You know, your perspective on life is all like distorted and jacked up because you don't really understand the realities of regular, everyday folk trying to pay the bills. Okay? So it frustrates me that you just don't get it. Your stupidness is just so big and just bright. Like, how can you be so stupid and not understand that your second fiddle and your spare is a good thing? Get on my nerves. Just, the struggle we have out here in this real world that you don't have to worry about, but yet you complain about it. You're just stupid. Okay. So, beyond writing another book, Harry is very unlikely to come up with his own commercial project. He can't do it. Like what? What you gonna do? And make a lot of money. Hey, you were doing it as the spare. Just live and be the spare and live a good life. Okay, so you only have to look at him in his various interviews to see that he probably just doesn't have the drive or the ability. It is the result of growing up in a world where everything is done for you. Amen to that. Yes. You can't do anything because you have grown up so entitled that you now have to do everything yourself, and you're seeing, okay, I need to pay my bills. I need to write another book about my family. It's so just, It's terrible when people don't listen to their friends that tell them these things. Like, you can't, this is why I think constructive criticism is so great, because it gives you a way to grow and be better by people who have your best interest. And when people cannot listen to constructive criticism or find a way to just kind of tone their ego down, they end up making these monumental mistakes. And this is what we're seeing in real time with Harry and Meghan, the monumental mistakes that they have made by trying to live this independent life of the royal family in Los Angeles, which is not going to work out. I mean, it's just not going to work. And we're just watching, eating our popcorn, watch you try to make it work. It's not going to work. Now, after the release of his book, critics pointed out the vital information that was missing, including Harry stepping down from the royal family with Meghan in 2020, and about their relationship in the U.S., and also about the racist claims. He didn't write about that. You know, it's kind of like the racism just disappeared. It just disappeared. Yeah, that lets you know that the racism was nothing but a mockery. It was used for Meghan to, you know, as a weapon to try to get herself as a victim for people to sympathize with her. But it didn't work because we don't care, because we know your racism is a joke, girl. Look at you. You look white. So this is what William is going to do about it, folks. This is what I believe because of a story that came out. It looks like William is going to be meeting and make a secret visit to MI6, sorry. M16, MI6. Okay, I know it's MI6. Okay. Mystery surrounds William as he made a secret visit to MI6. You did, William? You did? Oh my goodness. What did you talk about? Okay, so William, the Prince of Wales, met with the secret intelligence agency, also known as MI6, which protects the UK from risks abroad. Now, the visit was announced in advance and only appeared today in the court circular, the daily list of official royal engagements. So this is how they found out about it, because it wasn't announced. It was just, it appeared because it was published in how they publish royal announcements. So the entry in the court circular read simply, the Prince of Wales this afternoon visited the Secret Service agents or service with no location or additional details given. Now, it is not known whether the future king met MI6 boss Sir Richard Moore, codenamed C. Now, no further details about either visit, including who he met with, was discussed or revealed. And this is why I think this coming out is a sign. Harry, you better watch your back. And that book's bare. Translation from a sister girl in America. Okay. I believe, man, this hair. Okay. I believe that William has met with MI6 because there are things that need to be known about Harry and what he is doing abroad in America. And I believe that William is taking a more hands-on approach to make sure another memoir written by Harry. And I think this MI6 thing could be something with just people who are in America. Because we know that there are a lot of people, regular everyday people, who are solicited to work for MI6 and to just be regular average day Joe Schmoes. And I think there needs to be barriers, something put up around Harry, because he's out of control living in America with your family in the UK. Like I know if I were in the royal family, I would definitely have people spying on Harry and what he's up to and what he's going to be doing next. And I believe William is taking a more hands-on approach to do exactly that. Now, look, this is my opinion. I'm alleging this from my perspective. I'm not saying this is fact. But I think it's very interesting that he met with MI6. Now, we do know in the past that William and Catherine, they have also met with MI6 in the past. They could be meeting with MI6 for various reasons. But I can imagine for whatever reason he met with MI6 to go on the record like, okay, by the way, let's just also talk about my brother in America. Let's just talk about my brother in America, MI6, and what you can do and like what are our options. Do we have options? Do we? Because I know that the king and Harry, the king and William need to start looking at Harry as a rogue royal, and he needs to be honed in. Like, you need to reel him in. Because he got a bunch of no good ready for everybody. Just a bunch of no good. And I think the royal family needs to start preparing some no good for Harry. Just put some no good on the table for Harry. Because he is up to no good. Just look at what he has done in the past and how he has presented himself in America. And maybe his visa is going to be revoked. We don't know. We know that certain things are going to be done with the new administration coming into the, the presidential elections. We don't know. And I even heard that Harry and Meghan are very nervous about what that election outcome will be, because we know, depending on who is in office, whether or not Harry is going to be able to stay in America or not. And these are good things. So I just wanted to let you all know that William and the King are making it known. Harry, don't do it. Don't do this book. And I'm saying to Harry too, don't do it. Don't do it. Learn from the first time. Don't do it. And with that, I want to let everyone know that I am going to be going to England this year. I'm going to be attending Lady C's Royal Summer Ball, her summer ball at Castle Goring. I'm going to be there, and I'm so excited to head over. If you want to see all the behind the scenes of my time over in the UK and my time at the ball, please join my Patreon so that you can be a part of the journey and get all the insights. It's going to be fabulous. Okay, with that, thanks so much for watching. Remember to subscribe, like this video, please like and share, and make a comment. I do go through the comments. I may not answer every single one, but I do definitely go through the comments. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.